Scholars, this screencast covers slide number 10, which is the cost of living slide. A couple key points right off from the top. Notice that I have my source here, Glassmeyer. That is the person who created the living wage calculator that we will use in a moment. Notice also you must have the location of the company that you chose on the previous slide, slide number 9, the company slide. And as you recall, I chose San Jose State University, which is in San Jose, California. Notice also you will need these 8 categories of numbers here, these dollar amounts, and starting with 1 adult, 1 child, 1 adult, 2 children, so on, and we'll get those from the living wage calculator in a moment. Lastly, you will need to make these exact calculations as they appear. Everything here as it appears on my screen will appear on your slide, number 10. The numbers themselves will be a little bit different based upon your profession. Okay, so now let's look at the living wage calculator. Go there, as the rubric says, at livingwage.mit.edu. Type in your location, San Jose. And of these options, I will choose San Jose City, California. Scroll down to this row that is called required annual income before taxes. This is the column that has your 8 different categories of which you must transfer onto your slide number 10. These dollar amounts refer to the typical cost of living in this case in San Jose, California, based upon your situation. If it's just 1 adult, or if it's 1 adult and 1 child, or if it's 2 adults, and so on and so forth. Okay, now notice here those are, again, I have all of those dollar figures here. Now let's just talk about the calculations here to finish up. What you will need to do first off is take the average salary from slide number 8. That is the one in the middle. The middle number right here is $70,550 in my case. What we're going to do is take that number and figure out how much of that money will you have left over as expendable income for each month. So let's start from the top. Take that average salary and you subtract any one of these 8 categories. It's going to be your choice. I chose 2 adults, 1 child. I encourage you to choose something other than just 1 adult, but you can go with 1 adult, just to get a realistic figure of what it takes to live paying the bills for a family. Now, let me go ahead and do that on my calculator. Let's take the average salary, which was $70,550. I'm going to subtract 2 adults and 1 child, which is right here, 2 adults, 1 child, $45,248, and that equals $25,302. Now I'm going to take that number and multiply times 0.75 to represent just 75% of this dollar figure, because that will take out the 25% approximate tax rate that is a realistic tax rate that you will have to pay from your salary each year. Now, once I multiply times 0.75, that gives me a dollar figure, $18,977 if you round it, and that's where I got this figure here, $18,977. Now the next stage in your calculations, to break it down even further, everyone must take that number that they just calculated, in my case $18,977, and everyone must subtract a flat $4,000. That $4,000 represents student loan debt that you will have to repay each year, more than likely, in the average person's situation. Next, you will subtract another 15% of that original average salary, which was, remember, up here in my case, $70,550, and that's for savings. 15% of your gross salary is a really good idea for savings. From that, you can give gifts to people, you can give gifts to charitable organizations, things like churches and nonprofits. You can save for emergency funds if your car breaks down, or if your washing machine breaks, or all the things when just life happens and you need to pay for something. You'll have some savings saved up. So in my case, that's $18,977 minus $4,000. And I'll just go ahead and do this in the calculator while I'm saying it. 18,977 minus 4,000 minus 10,583. Whoops, I pressed the button twice. And now, let me redo that. 18,977 minus $4,000 minus 10,583. And you might be asking, where did I get that 10,583? It was 0.15 times my average salary, $70,550. And when I multiplied that, it gave me 10,583. Altogether now, that's $4,394 left over per year of expendable income. Or if you want to see on a per month basis, let's divide that figure by 12, and we'll get $366 per month of expendable income that you may spend on things like clothes or purses or books or whatever the next thing is that you would like to purchase.